Hello everyone, welcome back to the Lord of the Rings Online. This is Gnarlo here. Say hello to everyone, Gnarlo. Good boy. Gnarlo's feeling a little bit slow this morning. I think maybe it's because he's cold. Anyway, here we are in West Bree. We just rode here from actually the treasure fields. Yes, the treasure field, the treasure hunt is currently going on. This over here is the treasure... Which one? The festival announcer. This is the treasure hunt festival stable master. We will take a ride over there a little bit later. I just realized I've never done the treasure hunt on Gnarlo before, so I will put up a video about that later today. But first we are going to get the next step in Book 9, Chapter 3 here, which is Golodir's request. We need to go speak with the allies in Coombe, Gondomar, and Ostgurath. So while we were down here just off of Bree, we are going to go out and visit, I believe it is Constable Underhill that we need to go speak to over in Coombe. So we are going to mount up and head out over Coombe Way. Of course, y'all remember Coombe is the little town that's just over here to the northeast of Bree. So we will be riding out, taking out the west, the east, the Coombe Gate, heading past the Prancing Pony, and see if we can find Constable Underhill. I hope y'all have been having a good time. It has been nice to have a few days off here and have nothing much else to do but to play. I can say, however, that as much as you like vacations, having an enforced vacation when you can't do much else than sit around on your butt isn't got quite the pleasure of when you choose to sit around on your butt. You know, just not quite the same feeling of satisfaction that you get. All right. Gonna go through the gate over here. We should be entering Coombe as soon as we pass through our little palisade. And right over here will be Constable Underhill. Now, I can't remember the name of this inn. It has been a while since we were over this way. If y'all remember, you follow right on up that hill right there, up that path, and that takes you back to Archet. He should be on the platform right up here. Yep, there he is. The Comb and Wattle. I knew it had something to do with a rooster. He should be right up here, and let us go ahead and speak with him. Before we actually talk to him, I'm going to check the recording here right quick and make sure that everything is sounding good before things get screwed up, so I will be right back. Alright, I think we're okay to go, so let's talk to Constable Underhill here and see what he knows about any allies from the south coming up to reinforce the forces of Angmar.
Might I have a word with you?
Golodir? I've never heard of him, but he sounds like one of those rangers, like Torredan. If he's anything like Torredan was, I don't see any reason to doubt him. Well, I'm not sure about this knight that you speak of, but there is a new threat in Chetwood, much more powerful than anything you've come across in the past. Perhaps he is the knight you seek. You can find him at his camp near the Evil Idol in the Chetwood. It is not hard to find, northeast of here. So find the Knight of Mordirith. And we're going to find him near the Evil Idol in the Chetwood, to the northeast. Okay. So Chapter 3, Journey to Coombe. Find the Knight of Mordirith. Okay, let's go ahead and mount up. I remember the Chetwood fairly well. Y'all should remember it. I think we did a little bit up in here. Some of the early stuff, there were bandits up here in the Chetwood. If y'all remember way back in the tutorial missions and all, you had the little city of Archet up here where we were kidnapped and ended up being stuck there where Aragorn and all, it was being besieged by bandits from the Chetwood here. And the Chetwood, the bandits of the Chetwood were being driven by forces of the Dark Lord and forces allied to Angmar. And they were trying to burn down Archet and basically take over, basically run the rangers and all out of town and out of this area of Middle Earth, out of the whole Shire and Breland area, to make their ability to take over the whole Bree area that much easier. So everything in this area should be fairly low level until we get close to wherever the Knight of Mordirith is, at which point I would imagine we'll see things get a lot tougher. So I don't think we'll have any problem riding our horse until we get to wherever this evil idol is. All the captains and lieutenants and soldiers and wolves and everything else that we're going to pass by should be pretty darn gray level to us and shouldn't even notice us at all. Most of the time I ignore this stuff. It's one of those suspension of disbelief type situations where you're going along and you say, well, how do you justify in your mind that none of these things seem to attack you? And it's like, well, in my mind, anything that's gray just doesn't exist. I treat it the same way it treats me. I just ignore that it even exists, pretend that it's not even there, and that it's stuff that all got knocked out and destroyed and obliterated back in earlier missions. Now, there's a number of places. This right up here was the camp, the Blackwold Bandits. This was their headquarters up here. There's a number of places that some Knight of Mordirith might be. He could be back in one of the back parts of the camp there, or he could be back here in this area. Wondering if he might be more back tucked away in this dark corner, perhaps. That's one of the dangers. I don't want to come riding up on something that's going to be a level 50. Nope. Still nothing but grays up this way. I don't want to come accidentally riding up on a group of level 50s that might suddenly surprise me in the middle of a camp of grays, but I remember being in this area and never seeing anything high level like that. Wonder if they would be up that way, perhaps. I wonder if you have to go through the Chetwood here and then up there. Let's see what the instructions here say. Found near an idol in the Chetwood, northeast of Combe. Near an idol. Alright. That's just another camp of bandits there. Take a look at our map. The Chetwood is all up in this area here. We are going to go check out the headquarters. I'm going to ride through it right quick, though I really don't think it's going to be very profitable either. Like I said, I've been in this area quite extensively. Back when Mindfiend was playing, he played a human. In fact, we both rode up humans and spent a good deal of time in the Chetwood here. And we didn't come across any thing in any of these areas that were... Uh-oh, there you go. Knight. Baltair, Knight of Mordirith, a level 50. Alright. Well, there you go. We never saw him before. I suppose he was always just over there, and he must have been basically like a background character. If you didn't weren't high enough to actually have the Book 9 Chapter 3 quest, he must have been a lot like a background character, where he just stood there in the background and didn't interact with you at all. Ooh, and we are getting some dread from him already, too. Wow. +2. We're getting it from that or from the... Because, see, Jagger Jack over there, we had to come and kill Jagger Jack. You get a couple of missions to come and take out the wolfhounds around here and take Jagger Jack out, who is the one breeding them. Okay. I don't ever remember the knight there. I'll have to go back and take a look at those. Let's talk to Baltair. See what he has to say. Why do you come to trouble me, fool? I have many things to take care of for Mordirith. What? You had defeated the steward and left his throne to Amarthiel. Prepare to die. Okay, well, let's get back. Let's find his weakness and take him out. Why does that always throw up a critical right after I use my ability to have a critical? Drives me crazy. He's a tough one, too. I end up having to burn one of our healing potions here. Not the power potion, the healing potion. There we go. And another one. Yeah, that's a tough little fight there. I am very glad that he didn't attack us back whenever we were our little 10th level characters running around out here. Alright, took him down. Let us go back to talk to Constable Underhill again. What did he drop? A barrel, a broken wooden club, and a jeweled sword sheath. So other than the barrel, he pretty much dropped your typical Chetwood, Chetwood Blackwold type yard trash. Vendor materials there. So we are going to ride back to Constable Underhill, and whenever we get back to Combe, we will rejoin you. Alright, coming back into Combe. We'll be right back up here talking to the Constable in just a moment. We'll let him know that yes, indeed, we did find and defeat one of the Knights of Mordirith, who's been hanging out apparently in the forest for quite a while, right underneath our noses. It was the knight you sought, and you have slain him? I am impressed. It is not often we get heroes of your ilk in these parts. Thank you for your help. Please tell your friend Golodir that your deed is done, and I will make sure we do something about that dreadful idol. It seems to attract an awful lot of attention. So choose one. Angron or the Purger of Chetwood. Alright, that's a two-handed sword. That's not going to help us. Let's look at Angron. It's a level 50 one-handed club. 37.1 DPS. It looks like all the level 50s kind of top out at 37.1, don't they? 16 might, 16 agility, 16 vitality, 16 will. Small chance of slowing the speed. Really doesn't see minus 40 attack speed, minus 20 movement speed. I'm thinking about possibly taking that one. I don't know. It's really not any better than any of the two that I have already. It's all about the same level, so I'm really thinking I'll probably just take the two-handed sword and use it as vendor trash. All right. So next up, We need to go to in Combe or Gondomar, in Osgurth, and in Estelden. Okay. So next up, the next trip we will take will be to the Lone Lands. We will head out to Osgurth. And the easiest way to get there is we're going to travel back to Bree. This time we're going to travel to South Bree. And once we get there, we're going to take the stable ride out to Osgurth. We might have to stop by the Forsaken Inn first, but after that, there'd be a quick little trip out past Weathertop on out to the encampment of the Eglain out at Osgurth. Man, we're seeing some areas of Middle-earth we have not traveled through in quite a while, and it's good to have a little visit back out to them again. Alright, so we will see you again in just a little while once we get back out to Osgurth and go looking for I think it's Frederick, if I remember. Frederick the Old or Frederick the Bold. I can't remember which one he is. But tell you right now, I'm living proof you can be both. So we'll see you in just a little while. And here we come up on Osgurth. There was a swift travel from South Bree out here to Osgurth. So it was a very quick ride. Dawn will be upon us soon. As you see, the sky is starting to pink up. Said back out to the Lone Lands. It has been a while. I think it was book 2 or book 3. When we were out here working with Radagast over here in the Red Swamp and going against the maid, the Red Maiden, the corrupted River Maiden who had been corrupted and tainted and has caused all the evil that has come into the Red Swamp there. It has been quite a while since we've been in these parts. Let's come on in here into the I won't really say secret encampment. It's kind of hard to say secret encampments whenever you've got places like this that are so big and sprawling and have torches everywhere. Frederick the Elder, that was the word I was looking for. Not the old, not the bold, but the elder. Let's talk to him. Let him know what our mission is.
Could I speak with you a moment?
Or we're going to find yet another Knight of Mordirith. I have never heard of Golodir, but if he is a ranger, as you say, then why should we give aid to him? The rangers did not aid us when we had a need, and we were forced to rely upon the shades of Oathbreakers to win our freedom. Haven't we already gone through this? Didn't I just run through an entire book, an entire volume of doing missions for y'all in order to get y'all more amenable to the rangers, and still we're doing this whole we don't trust the rangers BS? Still, we have lost many good men exploring Harlog these days. There's rumor that Angmar is involved, so my guess is that the best place to search. Go to Harlog and seek out your evil knight. When you have purged this evil, return to me. So find the Knight of Mordirith. So the Knight of Mordirith is apparently in Harlog. Let me pull up the map. I'm trying to remember. Alright, Harlog is going to be down here. I couldn't remember if that was up in the Red Pass or not. But no, it's going to be in the swamp across the road. And I imagine it's probably going to be back here as well. In the far back area. Very close to... there is another evil idol in the back. Just like in the Chetwood, where we had the evil idol that caused dread. In the far back of the Harlog, there is a evil idol in the back of it as well, which we've been to once before. There was an episode, I'll try and remember what it was and throw the number up here, but there was an episode where we had to travel into the back of the swamp and and take out I think a orc defiler or something of that sort, who was working on a ceremony working on an enchantment, working on a ceremony that they were carrying out to try and summon something. And we ended up corrupting his ceremony, and the bound spirits that he had around him broke free, defeated him, and basically defeated or chased out all the servants that he had around him as well. So I believe that is where we are going to go back and check. So let us go back and see. That'll give me a good thing too. Whenever I go back and look at that particular episode to get the episode number, I will check and see if there's a Knight of Mordirith. If he is in that same location, I can check and see if there's a Knight of Mordirith just kind of, you know, hanging out in the background, maybe, you know, eating some cheese, sipping on some wine, catching some rays, and just generally chilling out and being a non-combatant. And see if he existed then, or see if this is a case where he really doesn't appear until you actually get to this particular part of the quest chain here, at which point he finally becomes an entity. Maybe he just kind of appears at that point. Alright. Yeah, I remember all these bog wardens and stuff. Remember these mushrooms we used to have to collect for the guy that was trying to come up with new recipes over there in the ruins? Okay, right up in here, you see the evil glowing area. That is the place where the evil idol can be found. So let's see if we can get up into there. I think we're going to have to circle around here. Nendor. Fortunately, it would seem to me to be much like over there in the Chetwood, in that he's not simply going to attack us. Yeah, this is it. That guy right there, remember him? Rudra. He was the one that we had to fight. And once we had fought him and defeated him, all these Arthedain soldiers and guards that he had bound broke free, finished defeating him, and then worked their way out across these ruins, attacking all his minions. So that was pretty darn cool. So, however, I am not seeing anything that would be a Knight of Mordirith. I'm not even seeing a gold ring on my map, so I don't think he's back here in the Nendor region. I would have felt sure that he would have been back here. This seems to be about the most evil area in the entire region. Yeah, if you're not going to show up with all that stuff and all these evil relics and fell idols about, where are you going to show up, you know? Alright, I'm going to continue searching the ruins here and looking about the place, and whenever I find a knight, we will rejoin you.